Good evening. The Alberta government has released a long-awaited study into the safety of pipelines, and it says the system is strong overall. But the review calls for changes to improve the system, including bolstering the safety of pipelines that cross water. Now, the report says the government should also come up with better ways to respond to oil spills. The Alberta government commissioned the report last summer after a spate of spills, including one that dumped 3,000 barrels of crude last year into the Red Deer River. Well, balancing budgets for many parents can be a challenge when student debt turns to parent debt. Now, according to a CIBC poll, 36% of Canadian parents with children under the age of 25 said they've had to postpone their retirement to help pay for their children's post-secondary education costs. But as Anastasia explains, there are ways to manage your money without having to sacrifice your retirement.
Have you ever had to delay your retirement to help pay for their post-secondary education?
No, actually they've all been working and helping with that.
No, because they all worked for their education.
No, we started off early, so we knew that there'd be planning early on, so we set aside for that, as well as my parents, of course, knew that as well, so they helped out along the way.
Although the people we spoke to had no problems, almost 40% of Albertans and Saskatchewan residents are delaying their retirement for 5 or more years to help with their kids' education. Bill Spence says you need to have a plan early on.
The quicker you can get it started, the better off you are down the road.
At the beginning of this year, paying down debt was the top financial priority for Canadians for a third year in a row. But Spence says it's possible to save for your retirement as well as pay for your kids' education at the same time.
He says to speak to your financial advisor yearly to set up a plan. Whether it's paying off your debt, focusing on your retirement, or your child's education, it's important to know what your main priorities are.
The part that I like about the education plan is you're getting the Canada Savings Grant, which is 20%. So every dollar you're putting, you're getting free money from the government towards your education, where you're not getting that with your RSP.
But for parents whose kids are already in post-secondary, Spence says there is a way to avoid extending their work years.
For equity in your home, we can take equity, we can consolidate debt, do different things. Your mortgage is one of the cheapest payments that you have. And so, I mean, if there's equity in your home, take that money and use it towards your kids' education.
Contributing at least $50 a month to a fund is a start as long as you keep moving forward.
Once you start that process, it's easier to put that money aside because it becomes part of your budget.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
A local not-for-profit organization is hoping a fundraiser held today will help put a dent in its shortfall. The Family Day Home Association of Lloydminster held a barbecue today at Border City Furniture. Now, the executive director says the money raised there will go a long way.
The Alberta government cut a lot of funding for a lot of not-for-profit associations, so we're not the only ones that have been hurt by it. We've had to actually move out of our office and move into my house.
Earlier this year, the province ended its quality enhancement grants for daycare operators, setting the local organization back at least $7,500. Jackie Bertelson says the Family Day Home Association is important as it provides provincially accredited childcare for our area.
Parents can be subsidized through the government if they choose to use our childcare in any of our providers' homes or else our out-of-school care program.
The owner of Border City Furniture says she provides all the barbecue supplies. Volunteers just need to show up to cook and sell the grub.
We've been offering to local charities, like we've done 4 this year so far. We've got another one in September, offering different charities a chance to raise some money for their local causes.
Organizers hope today's event would raise about $500 to help pay for toys and equipment for out-of-school care. Well, the weekend is upon us, and Michael Gordon has some details on events in our area if you're looking for some fun ideas.
This Saturday, you have 2 great events to choose from. One being the 100 Years Music Stable is putting on a charity lacrosse game between the Vermilion Rage and the Junior Vermilion Roar, and that's all going to benefit the Canadian Cancer Society. That goes down at 4 p.m. And the second event, for you car enthusiasts, we got handicap hot rods taking place at Harp's Family Foods in Vermilion. Come out, check out some fantastic cars paired with some inspiring stories. And this week, you got a chance to win some fantastic new music from these guys. It's Fall Out Boy, brand new record, Save Rock and Roll, featuring the Phoenix and Alone Together. You want a chance at this? All you got to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. And we want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the music. And on Sunday, head down to the Battle River Ranch Camp for the final day of Hope for More. It's going on all weekend, but you can bet on Sunday there's going to be a pretty sweet send-off. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Michael Gordon, and that's what's happening.